Hey guys, hope you are doing well. So what an incredible week that we are in. So Monday started with a huge pump and now the market is consolidating. But we trust that in this consolidation we will find some good entries. But this is not a financial advice. As always, my name is Mike Denkler from CorionX and from the Crypto Minds movement, and I'm bringing you the most important crypto news, technical analysis, altcoin, NFT, DeFi gems to keep you updated and educated. I should state that nothing in this video can be considered as a financial or investment advice. Everything just for your education and entertainment purposes only. So guys, smash those like, push the bell notification, or subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Smashing those like is helping out the YouTube algorithm, so appreciate all your likes. And let's go and check out our favorite bubble charts. Let's see, where are we now? So I think we are correcting, and as you see, redness. So what an incredible day that Filecoin, Lido Finance, Phantom dumping more than 10%, and we can find nice entries as these coins are retesting the breakout levels. And just GMX and XDC is in green. Bitcoin is down 0.5%, traded below 25,000 US dollar, and Ethereum at mid 1600, minus 2.7%. So good to see that USDC is back to the peg, almost at $1 US, and also other stable coins like DAI back to the peg of $1 US, and good to see that the depegged stablecoins are backed as their banks will be bailed out. So guys, let's go and check out our favorite indicator, the crypto fear and greed index. It is at 50, so we are in the neutral zone. Overall, this is a good sign that the market is consolidating, and also we fought back in the fear zone for a few days, but now we are back in the neutral zone. Let's go and check out our first news. Bitcoin to 100,000 US dollar next. This is the big question. Analyst eyes textbook perfect BTC price move. So that would be a bump and run reversal, which demands serious upside, argues Capriola CEO Charles Edwards. So Edwards on BTC price, the bottom is back. Okay. So despite cooling under 25,000 US dollar at the time of writing, longer timeframes are already getting analysts excited about the brutal 2022 bear markets. Okay, the bottom phase of bump and run is defined by investment resource Wealthy Education as follows. The bump and run reversal bottom is a bullish reversal pattern that begins with a series of descending peaks. Excessive speculation drives prices down until reaching extreme lows. The price action then reverses direction to the upside and marks the end of the downtrend. So textbook perfect Bitcoin bump and run reversal bottom is back, and the target is over 100,000 Edward summarized. So this is the bump and run reversal that he sees here, and the target is 100,000. Cool. Okay. Key Bitcoin price resistance ahead. Best case scenario for BTC is to break 200 moving average on this current move, but the weekly moving average, clearly the 200 moving average is weakening as resistance. However, what if the 200 week moving average rejections are declining by 10% each time? If BTC fails to break the 200 MA soon, could BTC reject by 12%? So this is the 200 week moving average. Actually, Bitcoin spiked above the 200 week, but then it closed below, so it was not able to close above. ChatGPT won't replace developers. ETH Dubai devs await in. Yes, of course not. Cool. Next piece of news is bank news. Silvergate, Silicon Valley Bank collapse, definitely good for Bitcoin. Trezor exec says. So why signature Barney Frank referred to be recent events with the SVP as an anti-crypto message. Treasurer's Joseph Tetek said that they are definitely good for Bitcoin. Okay, so let's see this. So Silvergate and Silicon Valley shut it down its operation, and Tetek said that the currently banking crisis could potentially make Bitcoin emerge as a safe haven and risk-off assets, from a risk-on as a risk-off. He emphasized that Bitcoin was created soon after the world encountered the financial crisis of 2008 and was likely a response to the unfairness of bailouts. The current events are a timely reminder of why we need Bitcoin. Tetek said, adding that the current events are not so good for many crypto businesses and assets that are centralized, referring to Circle's USDC. The current demise of certain banks is definitely good for Bitcoin as such, but not a good environment for custodians of any kind. And once again, we reiterate that one of the safest environments is the self-custody assets. So self-custody your crypto on your Ledger Nano X or S. You can order, you find the link in the description, and you are ordering directly from a Ledger company. So banks no longer actually hold our money, but lend it out and buy volatile assets with it. Depositors are in fact the bank's creditors. Understandably, people are looking for alternatives such as Bitcoin. So guys, we are in the fractional reserve banking system. So what you put 100,000 US dollar to your bank account, actually it's not yours. It's not yours. So not your keys, not your codes. It's not yours anymore. The banks are lending out and buying risk assets, and if they lose the risk asset, then they say, okay, we cannot give you your money back. Direct results of its business relationship with the bankrupt crypto exchange FTX, Silvergate collapse, while Silicon Valley Bank collapse was a result of poor risk management. Okay, he went on to say that Silverbank had a large exposure on long-term treasuries, which tanked in price as a result of the abrupt internet rate hikes, while the bank failed to have hedges in place. SVB had a little connections of the crypto industry. Tetek remarks come amid Signature Bank board member and former U.S. Congressman Barney Frank arguing that the latest U.S. banking events are connected to crypto. I think part of what happened was the regulators wanted to send a very strong anti-crypto message, Frank stated, claiming that issues at Silvergate were poorly contagion from SVB. So Silvergate was not affected, but regulators shut it down, and we will get another tweet about this. US banking system nursing over 600 billion worth of unrealized losses, warns macro guru Lynn Alden. So guys, 600 billion is almost half of the entire crypto market cap. So according to Alden, banks today largely invested in US treasuries or bonds between 2020-2021, when the government introduced fiscal stimulus and the Fed kept interest rates low. These fixed income securities are generally considered much safer than the subprime mortgages the banks had nearly 2 decades ago. Okay, while Alden says government bonds are normally risk-free, if held to maturity, the macro expert points that the Federal Reserve's aggressive interest rate hikes over the past years as the root cause of the current banking crisis. The Fed raised interest rates at the quickest absolute pace in decades at a 4.5% move in 1 year, and the quickest percentage pace of all time, for almost 0 to 4.5 in 1 year. So 57x increase. Okay, says Alden says that after a year of rapid interest rates increases, the prices of those fixed income securities are now lower than they were when banks bought them. In other words, if they bought a 10-year treasury note when yields were 1.5% and today they are 4%, then those older treasuries will be discounted in terms of price by about 15 to 20% by any potential buyers. Due to buying so many securities when interest rates were low, that are now heavily discounted if they were to be sold. Banks have a lot of unrealized losses, over 600 billion worth of unrealized losses, in fact, 600 billion. And this is why Silicon Valley Bank went bankruptcy. Next piece of news is Bitcoin nowhere near finished ripping, says top crypto trader. Here is his target. Crypto says looking for this move to continue to descend the upper diagonal resistance of this range near 27,000 before seeing much a pullback. So breakout and 27,000 should break, and then before any major pullback he sees. Okay, current price action is incredibly reminiscent of the mid-February rally that established new range highs. So this is really similar because this drop and the rally to the mid-February price run. So totally similar pattern. Either way, I would still trade with caution leading into tomorrow's CPI sprint, expecting price to resolve higher, but expecting the typical extreme volatility to happen alongside it. Straight to resistance, new range highs. Yeah, so actually that happened, not too bad. Be careful of the sunk cost fallacy, holding on to your old art bags. If you have zero exposure to Bitcoin, the belief that it's only a matter of time before my bags catch up because BTC is so boring will likely leave you underperforming the majority of 2023. Okay, so when was this article written? Yeah, so March 14th, yesterday. Cool. Next, Bitcoin will soon shatter 250,000 US per BTC, says billionaire Tim Draper. Okay, so let's quote, I'm almost 100% sure I will be right in 18 months. So the venture capitalist Tim Draper, decentralized crypto like Bitcoin, Tezos, Bitcoin Cash, Aragon and Cardano are way better than centralized crypto. I don't know why anyone is still holding centralized crypto unless it has a specific purpose like XRP or Ethereum. If you would think that FTX, FTT would have taught that lesson. Okay, so he's arguing. Okay. So this timeline to reach 250,000 is extended to the end of the year, and that would mean 900% gains in less than 2 years. Cool. Next piece of news is Rich Dad Poor Dad author warns crash landing ahead. Says gold, silver and Bitcoin the answer. Bailouts begin, more fake money to in wake sick economy. Still recommended same response, buy more gold, silver and Bitcoin. Take care, crash landing ahead. Two major banks have crashed, third set to go, buy real gold and silver coins now. No ETFs, when bank third goes, gold and silver rocket up. 2008, I forecasted collapse of Lehman days before it crashed on CNN. For years, I have been saying saving money and investing in a well-diversified portfolio of stocks, bonds, mutual funds and exchange-traded funds is a risky advice. Today, I still very risky advice. I still believe gold, silver, Bitcoin, best for unstable times, although price will go up and down. Take care. Cool. Next piece of news is face-ripping Bitcoin and crypto rally incoming amid US banking crisis, says BitMEX founder Arthur Hayes. It's quite interesting because Arthur Hayes was really bearish in the past few months, and now he turned bullish. Are you ready for the bull market. So okay, 15 minutes into US market open and banks getting halted left, right and center. By 4 p.m. Eastern, the Fed funds might be back at 0%. Get ready for a face-ripping rally in risk assets. Money printing go brr. So that's that happening. So this money printing. Okay. Don't fight the Fed. The Fed has created a separate facility designed to offer loans for up to 1 year to institutions affected by the bank failures. Regional American banks are failing due to fears about the investments they made in US bonds, which are designed to maintain the stable value and offer institutions a safe way to diversify and earn yield. Okay, so Binance administration announced backstop to all depositors at the failed Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. Cool. And this is just the beginning. Okay, so we already talked about that. Bitcoin co-founder also proposed a Bitcoin-based stablecoin. So guys, let's go and check out my Twitter feed. Definitely follow me at MIKLOS on Twitter. Be sure you are following Corion platform and Laserpunk GATS, our NFT launchpad. CorionX will have a special use cases on the launchpad. So Ethereum should be a commodity according to the CFTC. CFTC chairman says Ethereum is a commodity. Give a like and share. Run on US dollar, that would lead to collapse the existing fractional reserve banking system. So let's check what Tim Draper is saying.
Why would I want a fiat currency? I would just hold on to Bitcoin. I would sell all my fiat currency. And I think there will be a moment where there's kind of a run on fiat currency where it's like, we got to get out of this.
Your belief is that Bitcoin will replace fiat currencies in our lifetime?
Yeah, yeah. At some point, you're not going to want a government-controlled currency because it does what this happens. You get a boom and then you get a bust, and then the Fed has to adjust. And the boom and bust is all determined by some political candidate who happened to win. The moment I can buy my food, my clothing, and my shelter.
So guys, that's it. Give a like and share. Okay, Bitcoin works since it's launched. There is no holiday or weekend pause. Worked during this weekend. Banks didn't.
You know, that headline, of course, tongue-in-cheek, but the reality is crypto, especially Bitcoin, has been the port and the storm. I mean, what's the moral of this story right now?
Hi, Charles. Good to see you. Well, you have to laugh at that headline because otherwise you could just cry, right? I mean, why is it so hard to figure out where to put our money these days to preserve it? And I think it's notable to see that Bitcoin worked this weekend when banks didn't. New people joined the network, blocks were created, and new Bitcoins were minted on a predictable schedule, and it just worked. And this is what Bitcoin was designed for, because the current system, the problem with it is not just all the leverage and debt, but the trust. Satoshi warned us that banks are trusted to hold our money, but instead they lend it out in waves of credit bubbles with just a fraction in reserve. And so people just need to remember that when they give their money to the bank is making bets with your savings. It's not sitting there. It's not backed one-to-one. You're essentially trusting the bank to manage counterparty risk. And what you have in return is an IOU on the screen. And the difference with Bitcoin is you have a bearer instrument with no issuer that you can self-custody with no counterparty risk, and you don't have to trust anybody but yourself. I just hope that lawmakers soon realize that Bitcoin is accretive. It's not destructive. It will.
Yeah, so guys, definitely you can watch this on my Twitter. So making banks wreck because regulators don't like crypto. We just got confirmation from an insider that regulators are executing to plan to kill crypto. Barney Frank told Bloomberg Radio today that Signature Bank was shuttered because the regulators wanted to send a message to get people away from crypto. And also this is by Nick Cartner, almost the same. So guys, insane. The stage is set for probably bull run, unlike any other Bitcoin. Banks are failing and a record high 60 7.7% of all BTC hasn't moved on over a year, so this is the highest. The stage is set for probably bull run unlike any other. Give a like and share, because this is an insane. This is everyone should to do increase freedom and trust with adopting Bitcoin, and Bitcoin needs just usage and acceptance. It is still incredible early, just getting into the fourth halving in 2024, 1 year from now almost. And also you can claim free NFT boxes here. And also in Hungary we had a national holiday today, and this Bitcoin is trading about 25,000, and CZ hasn't started deploying funds yet, so that's quite interesting. So guys, give a like over to these tweets, and yes, cool. So guys, let's go and check out our farms, provide some liquidity on PancakeSwap in BNB and CorionX pair, and look up your LPs and earn the juicy APRs of 90%. So guys, these are nice APRs, and all big stakers will be considered to be on the Laserpunk NFT Launchpad whitelist. So guys, almost that's it for today. Be sure you are staking on our farms, and also just follow me and Corion platform and Laserpunk on Twitter. And Bitcoin is consolidating, and I think it will consolidating further down as we check the 1 hourly chart. So we are in a short position and consolidating down to these horizontal support levels. So guys, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Smash those like, and see you in the next